Last time on And Other Horizons. We went off-road in the Krusevo mountains, visited local towns and met amazing people. Got annoyed, got wet, and got prepared for this week's incredible adventure. So this episode is going to be a bit different, all about riding a part of the Tet in Macedonia. The Tet is the Trans-Euro Trail, and it connects all of European countries. So we're going to take Sully and we're going to ride part of the Tet on the western side of Macedonia. So we're starting in Krusevo and our plan is to go all the way down through the mountains and end up in Ohrid. So yeah, join us.
We're going off-road! And it's sunny. Very sunny.
It's amazing the difference the weather makes. Smile on your face.
Which face? Yours or mine?
Mainly Monica's.
Sunny, 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 sunny.
We're entering the Shah Mountains on the border with Krusevo. They're already looking good. I know I have a thing for mountains, but he's going to be good. Not good.
You Ukraine?
No, Great Britain, UK.
Ah, those Britannia.
Yeah. We'd made it, travelling up the mountains on Macedonia's border with Krusevo to a small village called Bazovci, our camp for the night. So we parked up, first night on the Tet. We've not driven that far, maybe an hour, hour and a half. We parked up in this small mountain village. There is Sully, parked up.
And got very cool neighbours.
Oh yeah, they're all in the background. And we are now heading to dinner down this track.
Nice, I don't have the right shoes for this.
It was a wonderful first night, not just because of the company, but from the perfect yet humble village atmosphere, the delicious traditional food, and the excitement building inside us for tomorrow. Caffeine is needed before we hit the track. We were breaking camp and heading deeper into the mountains. From what we'd been able to glean about the track and see from satellite, it looks similar to what we'd done before. Spirits were high.
We've been thinking of doing this trail for a few days now. Quite bumpy.
The views from the track were spectacular. And whilst the track was indeed a bit bumpier and wetter than tracks we tackled before, we rattled along en route to a waterfall we wanted to hike to. Attacked by trees! As we approached the forest, the trees started to attack, and the track began to change, descending into the valley and becoming much more treacherous. It was full focus. Paths were narrowing and deeply rutted.
So as Cliff has all the fun driving the trail off-road and getting all the excitement, I'm just hiking behind him.
Tough track. Tough as we've been on. Yeah, we're taking it slow, a lot of focus, big stress.
It was indeed a tough track, but whilst it challenged us, it pushed us out of our comfort zone and built our confidence. We made it down, And after all that hiking, Mon was hungry. And then it was off on our intended hike. Heading towards the waterfall, the water came to meet us. We were forced to cross. Mon's technique intrigued me, as did her face. By the next crossing, she had her technique dialed. We strode along wide paths and through narrow forest trails before making it to a plateau, a viewing point in the midst of the valley. It's home! We were closing in on the waterfall. If only our drone would get out the way. We lunched as we took in the view. And then it was into the water to try and get some better angles of this beautiful glen. The water was cold. My feet were frozen. Was it worth it? And it felt like that we were back at the start and our camp spot for the evening. If you're enjoying our journey and want to come with us to more off the beaten track spots, please subscribe.
So it's day 3 of our planned journey down the west side of Macedonia on the Tet. Yesterday was intense. Even the locals said that track is really hard. It's a bit of a baptism of fire. I think much harder than a track that Mon or I are used to.
For different reasons, I ended up being outside the vehicle and just walking behind. From outside, it doesn't look that terrible, but I can only imagine that, like, seeing how much the vehicle was moving in all directions, probably from inside you had a very different experience. But I really look forward to having that experience inside the car and hopefully drive it.
Let's see what happens today. Let's go.
We broke camp and with some trepidation started the climb uphill.
Did you give me a ride?
Yeah, go on then. The track is delightful. It's just it's like tarmac. It's basically tarmac.
Can you hear the relief in my voice? The track was a different world from the day before, and as we made our way in and out of the forest and climbed upwards, we were able to sit back and enjoy the view. Our trusty steed. And the expansive Macedonia mountains. It was time for a driver change, and a chance for me to properly take in the landscape and look up from the road just ahead. Mon's turn to tackle the puddles, the hairpins, and the mountain tracks.
We're definitely very close to the edge. More difficult than the other time, but for sure not as difficult as yesterday. We still love it.
Sully and Mon had got us out of the valley and into the next one. We'd climbed out of the forest and were looking ahead to the rest of the day and where we might call home tonight after a breathtaking drive. Turns out our garden for the night wasn't far away.
Where are we?
I have no idea.
We are home.
Run around taking lots of pictures, and now we're perched on the edge of the mountain having our breakfast. And Sully is soaking in the sun.
When I think about what I love about nature, this is what comes to my mind, this type of breathtaking view. Could be less cold. But it's just like all the colors, the changing of textures. We feel tiny. I always feel tiny, but I feel we're really tiny. It's just magical.
As we took in the magic, we had visitors. And as they left, we decided it was time for us to leave too. We'd been travelling slow and soaking in the landscape, and so decided to take the tarmac road, not the mountains, to our next major spot, Krusevo Lake.
I have this thing that every place we park, there are dogs everywhere here, but then they come and they join us, look. It's adorable. I kind of want to invite him in, but I know we can't.
It's our friend from this camp. Called him Stevie, for no particular reason. It was tough leaving Stevie. We haven't got any connection on our phones at the moment, so we went into a little local restaurant, had some delicious local food, corn pie and kajamak, stole the Wi-Fi and looked and saw that the rest of the Tet Trail looks good, so we're going to hit the rest of that. Then unfortunately it also seems that our drone isn't working, so we've tried everything, but we may be without a drone for a while. We were back heading south on the Tet Trail.
We stopped to have a shower, wild shower. There is a river here, but just started raining, so we are waiting a little bit. Which sounds a bit weird, because if we're gonna get wet because of the shower, it doesn't matter, but anyway, we are just waiting.
It was actually very nice. It's a bit cold in the beginning, but it's very nice.
How good is your navigator?
I don't want any of this on film. It'll get me in trouble.
I'm not too bad. I just get some level of distraction sometimes. It's so beautiful everywhere. Like, look at the nature, and then I forget to look at the nature.
Back on track, we covered a lot of ground and passed through beautiful places in the mountains. Hello.
Good?
It's nice. Yeah.
You know what's not so good?
We're almost at Frondi.
Your hair.
Yeah, it's awesome. So Frondi is a discovery we have made in the Balkans, and it is delicious. It is wafer stuffed full of cream. It could be coconut, nougat,
chocolate. There's kind of an Oreo version.
It's so good.
It's addictive.
It's from Croatia, and we're scared of leaving the Balkans because we'll lose Frondi.
We've been living on Frondi for 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe.
It's a good experiment. Let's just live on Frondi. Pondering our experimental diet choices of living on Frondi, we continued. Over the bumps, waving at locals, and admiring balconies. We passed again and again through narrow cobblestone streets. Before being back on dirt tracks. Tracks overlooking the imposing Ohrid Lake. We were making good progress until our path was blocked. The navigator was sent out to clear the way, and then the driver came to lend a hand.
You give me a ride, handsome boy?
I got it. But you cook pretty good dinner, so yeah.
It wasn't long until we pulled up, made a campfire, and prepared dinner. Smoked aubergine, with bread and tomato salad, a view of Ohrid, and a way to stay warm. If you want to see more photography from this journey and hear a bit more from us, come join us on Instagram. Waking up in the middle of nature, watching the sunrise in utter tranquility, is one of the greatest gifts of overlanding. But with sunrise starts, caffeine is definitely a necessity. We are stopping at camp today to work and to edit.
Getting ready for the fire. See you in it. So strong. Got one on anyway. Let's go! How good?
Excellent.
Ow.
And that's how day 6 passed by. Working, editing, and campfire building. When we parked here, I wasn't expecting much, but it's been really good. Like sunrise, sunset, and just even in the day. Like, yeah, really beautiful spot overlooking Lake Ohrid and the city of Ohrid. So excited to get down there. And so the pack down began. As you can see, we're lightning quick at this now. From the satellite and map, we saw it was just a small stretch on a dual track to the tarmac. This should be uneventful then. But quickly, the trees closed in around us.
Get attacked by plants here.
The trees got close and thicker until the track was good, but hadn't been used in a while. We progressed slowly. I got attacked. Mon didn't seem bothered.
There it comes.
Sully got covered. Mon got replaced. But eventually, it had started to clear.
Look at this!
And we also have more friends up here.
It's time to air up and clean up. We've just come off the end of the off-road section. As you saw, got very cosy in the trees, and now it's on tarmac to Ohrid. The city of Ohrid is the most touristy spot in Macedonia. It is a stunning medieval city, bursting with history and culture. Frankly, we weren't used to it.
It does feel very weird to be in the town and around civilization after being feral.
But we adjusted. We headed to the lakefront and soaked in the vibes and that slow pace of life.
It's already magical. But imagine sunrise. Picture the scene. Nobody here, tranquil. Sun rises over the mountains, hits the church.
And does Mon have like any say on this?
Yeah.
Like
I
yes.
just put the offer to her, and she decided to put me on camera.
We made camp in the hills and agreed to return for sunrise.
It's a wrap actually. After 7 days, right? Trail.
But sunrise shot surely is the wrap, the end of the video. So this is like the pre-wrap.
Yeah.
Wrap.
So save that for later.
Yeah, almost the wrap.
Good morning. What are your expectations for sunrise?
That the sun will rise.
You're kidding me. Beth, I'm hungry. I'm gonna break. Oh, it's pretty good. I love burek.
Magical sunrise and bellies full. We made our way to Krusevo, past cousins of Sully and dramatic views of the town. Krusevo is known for its artisans, but it was the weekend. The town was quiet, apart from a few fluffy beasts and intense games of towler. As we wandered the alleys and streets, we did manage to stumble upon the Barrelmaker and spend a few moments appreciating his craft. Before heading back into town and following our noses.
We're just walking on the street and we could smell Ajvar, which is a pepper paste, very traditional from the region. And there was this family and they do this massive batch with 40 kilos of peppers once a year, just for the family consumption. And they offered us to try some. They ended up giving us a jar. That's very kind and it's very hot.
It's fresh.
It's amazing. Wow, so generous, Fala. And it was just magical. I'm speechless. That's not common.
We are getting ready to leave Macedonia, but we are not done yet. We're heading to a very special place. Come and see.
We'd planned to end this video earlier, but you'll see why we had to include this last Macedonian sunrise. the morning walk, the call to prayer. The soft drip of water, the hot spring cave.
So nice and warm here, and the breakfast at the moment. Oh my God.
The end.